So if I was to take all of these rules and try to come up with some basic ideas that you should follow, this is what it is. Number one, non-zero digits are always significant. You cannot ignore them. Final ending zeros written to the right of the decimal are significant except when giving an answer in scientific notation. So for example, 7.00 times 10 to the 3 actually means that there are 3 significant figures in the answer. That is why scientific notation becomes important. Zeros are generally placeholders and are not significant. Okay, so 700,000 versus 700,000.0 means that they have the same significant figures, unless you are expressing them in scientific notation. Zeros written between the digits are significant. You cannot ignore them. So for example, 105,000 versus 150,000. All those digits in the middle are significant. So for example, 105, the 0 in the middle is significant. Okay? So now let's try to do an example. Identify the number of significant figures for each, identify the number of significant figures, and rewrite in standard scientific notation. So we'll go down the line and we'll do each one individually. So in the first one, it says 409.8 seconds. If I was to express this in scientific notation, what will it be? So I'm moving the decimal over 1, 2 here. So I will get 4.098 times 10 to the 2 seconds. That is expressing it into scientific notation. Okay? Now, how many significant figures does it have? That's our next question. So, this is a significant figure, this is a significant figure, this is a significant figure, and this is a significant figure. So the number of significant figures in my answer is 4. Okay? B. My question is 0.058700 centimeters. Okay? How do I express this in terms of significant figures? Okay? In this case, I am moving this over 2 decimal places, right? So moving towards the left, I added a 2 here. Now I'm moving towards the right. So this answer will be 5.8700 times 10 to the -2 centimeters. Do you see it? Moving to the left, I added a +2. Moving towards the right, I added it to a -2. Now comes the question of significant figures. Okay, so in this case, is 0 significant? Yes, because I am writing it in scientific notation. So zeros are significant, zeros are significant. How many check marks do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the number of significant figures is 5. Okay? Now go ahead and try to do part C. 9500 grams. What will the answer be? 9500. Okay, now part C says 9500. The number, how will I express this in scientific notation? I have a decimal point that's here. Now I'm moving over how many? 1, 2, 3. And I moved each one towards the left. So I will get 9.500 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3. 3 grams. Now, how many significant figures does this have? Recognize that these are just placeholders. So, number of significant figures, 1, 2. Okay. Part D. I have 950 times 101 milliliters. Go ahead, use a calculator, come up with an answer. I get 95950 milliliters. Okay? There's a multiplication in the middle. Now, how many decimal points do I need to move it? So my decimal is here right now. I need to move it 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So my answer should be 9.595 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 milliliters. Okay? And now for significant figures, how many significant figures should this have? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number of significant figures is 4. A word of warning here. Please make sure not to round off any of your calculated result until you are reporting your final answer. Now, as an example, let's look at significant figures and additions. For example, if you were to calculate the sum of 44.56005, 0.0698, and 1103.2 by hand, how would you do this? So now let's go look at what the answer is going to be. So our question says we have to add 44.56005 to 0.0698 and see how careful I was in making sure that all my decimal points lined up? That's how you need to be when you add two or three numbers together. So then these are going to be my placeholders, right? Add this up, it's going to be 5. Add this up, it's going to be 8. Add these two numbers up, it's going to be 12. Then add 5, 6, 7, 8.7411. Now that's the total answer I'm going to get. But is this my real answer? Okay? No, my real answer is actually 1147.8. And why am I so sure that this is my answer? Because of all the significant figures I have. Okay? And in scientific notation, it will be expressed as 1.14 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3. 3. So as another examples, we will talk about significant figures during multiplication. Find the product of 45.26 meters per second and 2.41 seconds. How many significant figures does this product have? So go ahead, put it into your calculator, 45.26 times 2.41. Okay, what do you get? I hope you get something very similar to this. So is this the answer that you should be quoting? No. The answer that you should be quoting is 109.1. Okay, and in terms of significant figures, it will become 1.09 times 10 to the 2. And now we'll talk about what units it will have in the next movie.